Welcome back, brothers and sisters and fellow patriots. Okay, I just want to take a little bit of time to do a quick video on something really weird that happened today that I wanted to talk to y'all about. And it may have happened to some of you, I hope not. But as we all know, we are seeing extremism all over the place going on through people everywhere. And people are not being balanced in today's world. And I do think it's possibly stuff with the 5G or the jabs or crap they're letting out in the air. I mean, there's a lot of different things that tend to be making people extreme. But what I did not expect to see so much extremism in is in the church, in the Christian faith. And boy, my goodness, are we seeing it now? We are either tend to be seeing people who just think they don't have to do anything. Jesus did it all. He's going to handle everything, and they can just go on living in the flesh, go on sinning, and they don't have to worry, not a care in the world. That's pretty extreme, and that's being pushed a lot by a lot of false teachers out there. But we're seeing extremism on the other side as well. Today, I saw somebody on YouTube who is kind of preaching the word and going through a teaching. And while what he was teaching was correct and true, and I was glad to see it, I nicely went and left him a nice comment, simply that said, "You're doing good, great job, keep up the good work." And lo and behold, almost immediately, he replied to me. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm one of those people that when I leave a comment on somebody's YouTube or the Rumble, I never go back to see if anybody replied or anything like that. I could care less, honestly. I'm not going to go dig through to see if somebody replied to my comment. I know there's some people that do that, but I'm not one of those people, as I'm sure most of you aren't. You know, you're not sitting there waiting to see what somebody says in reply to yours. I never go back and look. But anyway, so I was still sitting there and had just finished it, and there was an immediate reply. I hadn't even got a chance to get off. And I was like, oh, okay, that's weird. Well, he's probably going to say thanks or something like that. So I went to see what his reply was. And this was his reply. His reply was, "Why are you watching so many wicked things on YouTube?" And I was like, what? What do you mean? Well, I'm not watching anything wicked on YouTube. What are you talking about? And then I realized what he had done is he had gone and looked at who I was subscribed to on that channel and my playlist, I guess, that's on there. Now, you want to talk about judgmental. You want to talk about judgmental. A judgmental Christian, and we're seeing a lot of this. I mean, that's really too far. And what he was referring to was on my playlist, because I'm a single mom with 3 kids. There's all sorts of stuff on there. We've had the same YouTube that I commented from for as long as we've been watching YouTube, which is what, like 6-7 years, maybe longer. So there's some gaming channels from my kids, and there's some music, and there's all sorts of stuff. There's cartoons and all sorts of stuff. I don't go through and clean it up, you know. I don't know. Every once in a while, I'll try and go through and unsubscribe to channels that are dead or not doing anything anymore, or some of them have completely disappeared. But either way, I'm sorry, but you know, kids watching gamers play is not sinful, is not wicked. On top of that, I didn't make the thumbnails. Any kind of music you listen to, anything at all, even the artists themselves aren't making the thumbnails. Give me a break. You want to talk about like 5 degrees of separation of judging for somebody for something? I was shocked. I couldn't believe that that was his comment. That was his comment. Not thank you, appreciate it, nothing like that. But no, his comment was, "Why are you watching wicked things on your YouTube channel?" Who does that? I'm sorry, any of y'all that comment or subscribe to my channel, I would never go to your page and start going through and looking at anything that you have on your playlist or anybody you subscribe to and judge you for it. That is absurd. Yes, we're told to judge righteously, but that's not judging righteously. We've got people out there saying that women that wear any makeup at all are sinning. That's not true either. Now, if a woman's wearing makeup because she's trying to tempt a man or lure him in for some kind of devious intent, yes, that's sinful. But women wearing a little bit of makeup, no, that is not sinful. Let's get past this strict legalism. This is the kind of stuff that pushes people away from Christianity, is whenever they see Christians who do this kind of stuff. I mean, that's just mind-boggling to me. I don't know if any of y'all have experienced this, but I've heard people, talk about judgmental Christians, and I'm always like, I don't see any judgmental Christians. We're not judgmental for the most part. The ones I know, we don't sit around and say, you're gonna go to hell because me. You see that in movies and stuff, but I don't ever see any real Christians doing that. I don't know. Maybe some of y'all have had some experience with it. I haven't. Now, we're supposed to love our neighbors as ourselves, and that means I don't want to go to hell. I'm going to be honest with myself about things. We say things in a kind, loving way, but give me a break. Give me a break. Seriously. Somebody is not sinning or wicked because they watch gamers. Somebody is, and you know what, on top of it, he didn't even bother to go see. Any of the music on there wasn't anything bad. It wasn't like it was listening to Beyonce or Jay-Z or anything. The music that was on there, there's no cussing. There's nothing bad in it. It's actually some of the nicer, tamer music you can get. But like most thumbnails, some of them had some pictures of some women in dresses that were kind of low cut, I guess. One had a ball gown on in some thumbnail, which made no sense to me. But anyway, I'm not responsible for the thumbnails. That's just crazy. Just absolutely crazy to me. Anyway, I want to come on here and tell you all about it, and I wanted to talk about it just for a moment, because people need to quit being so extreme, especially in the church. This is wrong. This is not okay. And yes, the Bible tells us not to judge. In Luke 6:37, we see, do not judge, and you will not be judged. Do not condemn, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. Now, whenever we are told to judge righteously, that's where we're supposed to, from the Bible, what the Bible says, okay? The Bible does not say, thou shalt not watch video games. It doesn't say women cannot wear any makeup at all. People are twisting a lot of things to a lot of extreme condemnation in the world today. And sadly, it's within the church. All I can say is, look, I'm not trying to just totally blow this guy out, because he does preach a lot of teach a lot of truth in some of his videos, or most of his videos that I've seen. But this was really, really poor on his part. And if I were new in the faith or just trying to come to Christ and I was watching him and I left a comment like that, I can see that make me going, ooh, man, those Christians really are judgmental. Wow, I don't want to be part of that. We have to be more careful with things, We're supposed to be gentle as doves, remember? So anyway, I just wanted to bring this up to everybody. If you're seeing a lot of extremism, please, as Christians, remember, let's not be that extreme with people. I mean, that's really just ridiculous. And if you get the opportunity, if you see somebody out there being this extreme with people, give them a gentle reminder, hey, you're being a little too judgmental. You're judging by appearances, especially if you haven't even spoken to the person and said, hey, what's all this about? I know a lot of single moms out there that want to watch what their kids are watching. Don't let them have their own YouTube accounts. they have to go, like with mine, they have to go through that YouTube account, so I can at least keep a pretty decent eye on what they're watching. I let them subscribe to whoever they want to. I let them watch whatever they want to. And, none of them are watching anything bad. We can't blame others because somebody might have a little bit of a risque thumbnail on a music video, even though I don't feel like there was anything that risque or wicked. I think this was way too far, but let me know what y'all think. Please be sure and check out my other videos. Like and subscribe. Like I said, I just want to come on here real quick and tell y'all what happened to me today, which was very interesting, and see if any of y'all are going through any of this as well. Let's be kind to one another. Let's be good Christians, and let's not pass judgment on people, especially without talking to them and knowing the situation. But things like that, that's ridiculous. Out of somebody's hands. We are not responsible for what other people put on their thumbnails or in their videos. I mean, seriously. And some gamers just have weird names, and they have kind of weird avatars, but most of them are kids that don't mean anything bad with it. They don't mean anything really weird or negative. They just come up with goofy names, and people can twist those into whatever they want. I think it says more about where his mind was at than mine. And also remember, females, we see a picture of some girl in a ball gown that, yeah, maybe it's a lower top or something like that. We're not looking at it that way. We're females. We don't look at things like the way guys do. So don't be so quick to call something sinner, because really kind of opens up more what he was thinking than anything, I think, sadly. Maybe he's got some issues. I don't know. Maybe he's fighting with something. I don't know. But all I know is it was weird, and I wanted to let y'all know about it. And vent a little. I will see y'all in the next video. Be sure and follow me and subscribe if you haven't yet. What are you waiting for? I got some great videos, and I could use the help. And I appreciate all of y'all who've been subscribing and following me. Thank you very much.
I began to pass out. Then my head hit the wall.